Welcome back to the podcast. This is Flannel Mouth. I'm your host, Madison.
And I'm Barrett.
We're here to flap our traps.
As always.
Per usual. As is tradition. I feel like it's been a while since we podcasted.
It's only been a week, but it does feel like a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, last time we podcasted, I was 30, and now I'm 31.
Wow. There you go. Maddie's in her golden year.
I am. I turned 31 on the 31st. I'm so much more wiser, more mature, just like, you know.
Just better.
Just better.
We're better than you, and we know it.
Here at Globo Gym, we're better than you, and we know it.
Oh, my God.
So I had my birthday. It was great.
Yeah. Tell us what you did.
I don't think last time we recorded, was it before I left for that wedding? Or did we record an episode after the wedding?
We recorded an episode after. When did you go on the wedding?
It was the weekend before my birthday. No, I don't think we've recorded an episode since then.
Oh,
because
man.
Emily, in the car ride up there, Emily was like... Oh, no, when we got back, Emily was listening, and she's like, oh, my God, I love the podcast.
Oh, okay.
I need another new episode. And then she's been like, where are the new episodes?
Oh, crap.
The fans.
Yeah.
The more
my
fans
God.
we get, they're just so demanding.
All the clicks, yeah.
So I went to Erica's wedding, one of my college roommates.
Yep. How was that?
Oh, my God. Me and Taryn were overserved. No, we weren't overserved. The drinks were just so strong.
Yeah.
I didn't have that many, but, like, they ran out of vodka. I, like, drank it all. They literally were like, no. I don't know if they just lied to me and said that, and they were like, we ran out. Or if they
You've
actually...
had too much.
Yeah, you can have a mimosa. So I started drinking champagne and OJ.
Okay.
Which was really good.
Yeah,
but it was so much fun. Me
good.
and Taryn are always the single roommates. Well, she kind of has a boyfriend now.
Yeah.
But he wasn't at the wedding, so me and Taryn were like, get a room together. We're always sharing a bed. It's always just me and Taryn getting so lit at dancing all night long at these weddings.
I saw the videos there.
Oh my God.
Aggressive.
It was so much fun. And then we came home and I had my birthday, and it was such a good birthday. I laid in the pool, me and Puppy. No one talked to me. No one bothered me.
That's kind of nice. I feel like as you get older, your birthdays, it's like when you were in college or like high school, like especially college, but when you were like younger, you always wanted to like go out and you wanted to like have as many friends as you could, like at a club or at a bar or whatever. Now it's like once you hit 30, I feel like it hit me a little younger. Like when I was like 28, I was like, I just want to have dinner with like family and some extended family that I see all the time and just have a dinner.
And I just want nothing asked of me, especially living at home where we live with our family.
Yeah.
And we're always like, hey, can you run out and do this? Hey, can you do that? Like everyone's always doing things for each other. And we're always like, what are you doing? Where like everyone left me alone. I was uninterrupted outside all day long.
Yeah.
And I found a pool float in the basement that I blew up, and me and Puppy played ball, and we went swimming together, and I just like relaxed, got a tan.
That's nice.
And then we went and saw the Barbie movie, which you didn't come because you saw it with your girlfriend.
I saw it with Gabby.
And it was so good.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to wait?
We'll get into it, but like, tell me more about your birthday. So you went to Barbie, came back.
We went and saw Barbie, had the cake. It was delicious. We still have some of the cake in the fridge, even though it's a week old. I won't throw it out because frosting is so good.
It is. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fan of that type of frosting.
What? Good frosting? You're not a fan of good frosting?
No. I like homemade cakes more than I like bakery cakes. Like, I feel like the frosting is...
So you like a jar of Pillsbury is what you're saying?
I'd rather have that than what we have there.
Noted.
I like the I like the flavor. It's just like the frosting, the consistency of the frosting. It feels like...
No, it's so good.
I don't know.
Okay, agree to disagree.
I'm not really a fan of it. It was delicious,
and I loved it.
I'll still eat it, obviously, but like...
And then I had the whole week, and then I had to go to Long Island because I had Alyssa's baby shower. And then this upcoming weekend, I have a bachelorette. I went wedding, baby shower, bachelorette, just like...
On the move.
So busy. That's why we haven't recorded. I know.
You've been on the move for the last, like,
plane,
2 months.
Club, bus, another club, next club.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Have you heard that sound from Lady Gaga?
No.
Why don't you hear any of the audio sounds. It's on Instagram. You're on Instagram.
I am.
We're on it. It's so apparent when we do this how different our algorithms are. I will reference a sound, a viral audio, and you have no idea what I'm talking about.
When I look at Instagram though, I never really have the sound on unless I see like a funny clip, like a meme or something. Then I'll be like, okay, let me put the sound on. Okay,
well, Lady Gaga's in. This is like the fourth thing I've had to explain to you from social media. Last time it was Kim Kardashian.
That's funny.
Lady Gaga's in an interview, and I don't know what the question was, but she's like, bus, club, another bus, next plane, next club, and it just goes on and on and on.
Just like explaining her life.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Basically me right now, going to all these different things. I'm leaving for my bachelorette, not mine, but
a bachelorette.
The girlies, yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I still haven't packed. I have all the decorations and everything's ready to rumble, but I still haven't packed. I'm a last minute packer. Think about me. I'm going to pack right before I walk out the door.
Yeah.
If I have a flight at 6 a.m. out of LAX, I'm at midnight. I'm like, I should pack.
Yeah, I know. And I've been to the airport with you, and we scramble at the airport. I hate that. I fucking hate that.
Well, I can afford to scramble because I have TSA pre-check and you don't. So you have to factor in standing in line and taking your shit out of your bag. Like, I don't have to do that.
I know.
I don't have to take anything out of my bag.
That's such a luxury that's so easily attainable for everyone.
That you just don't have.
I know. I gotta get it.
No one in the family has it except me. Well, Mackenzie has like global entry. No, she has like clear or something. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah, I always scramble at the airport with you. It's whatever though. I mean, it keeps me on my toes. It wakes me up.
Wait, what was the last time when we traveled? The video, the TikTok I made, and it was the Home Depot soundtrack, and it was you just carrying all my luggage.
I was just like, I'm like the dad at the airport. I just carry all the luggage. I make sure like I'm there early. Like,
yeah, you like to get there neurotically early. I hate that.
Every friend group needs the dad at the airport guy, and I think I'm that guy.
Do they need it or?
It's good to have.
Okay, it's good to have.
You're happy.
We'll settle on that.
You don't need it, but you're happy if you have it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, like. Yeah, like, let's get there at a reasonable time. Let's check in.
I don't like to eat at airports, though. People are like, we'll get there and we'll get a snack. No, it's overpriced.
It depends on the terminal. At Logan, you can get
if you fly JetBlue,
food.
You can get Lucas. I don't usually fly JetBlue. There's a Lucas in
there are some terminals, though, that are just like...
destitute.
Like a fucking bodega.
You've flown out of Burbank, right?
Yeah, that sucks.
So dust.
I only fly out of Burbank or like fly into Burbank if it's like a 45-minute flight. What?
I know what flight it was traveling with each other when we together flew into LA and we had to ride the bus.
Oh my God. If anyone goes to LA, do not.
The LA exit shuttles.
Don't go. Yeah, the LA exit shuttles is the worst. The dumbest and worst. It's the seventh circle of hell. It's the dumbest and worst fucking idea that you could possibly have at an airport. But you literally have these people that are just waiting in lines, fucking massive lines with all their baggage. And they have to shuttle onto this fucking little ass bus with all their shit.
Do you remember?
I do remember. I had my golf clubs. You had like three. I had
three bags of makeup kit, and I was like, "Barrett, we're getting on the shuttle." You're like, "Madison, there's so many people ahead of us." I was like, "You gotta throw elbows." So
I know. I looked at her like, "Oh my God! Like, are you fucking kidding me?"
I pushed several people out of the way.
They don't allow. Yeah, Madison was mowing people down. It was unbelievable. It was the worst fucking experience of my life. And then I
just started throwing my suitcases in the back of the bus, and the driver was like, "Ma'am, you can't stop."
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, just huffing them everywhere. It wasn't even the 6-hour flight that was the worst part.
It was leaving the airport.
It was the 10-minute LA exit bus ride. That was the worst part. And Madison doesn't give me any notice of this at all. She was like, "Oh yeah." She was like, "Oh yeah, now we have to get on this bus." I look at her. I was like, what? What bus? And she goes, "Oh yeah, they don't let Ubers and Lyfts in here anymore." And I was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me." So we're huffing and fucking bodying people out of line with all of our shit. I have so much stuff on me. I'm like, Mass, what the fuck are we doing?
Your golf clubs fell on that man holding that baby.
Yeah, I know. And he was just like holding it up with his head. Like, it was awful.
It's a nightmare.
It's the worst fucking idea. But
I figured out the cheat code is you have to get an Uber Black XL and it will pick you up curbside. That's the cheat code. So but even if you're by yourself, you can get an Uber Black XL and it will pick you up curbside so you don't have to ride. But I figured that out after
we went through hell and back.
Yeah.
But if you ever like
Barrett, I did that alone. I used to carry all my bags alone without you there to help me, and I had to do that myself, and then get them off the bus, and then get in a cab and
I never want to do that again.
Ride the 405.
I never want to fucking do that again. I'd rather have a layover in Dallas for 2 hours and then fly to Burbank than do that again. That sucked.
It was pretty bad.
It was awful.
It was hot and
we
sweaty.
had so much shit. Like, it's okay if you have like two carry-ons, like a backpack and a little wheelie bag.
Sure.
But we had
I had 3 suitcases.
You had three huge bags. I had golf clubs, a backpack, and another bag.
Yeah.
Like, we were a full ship.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. I'll never do that again.
No.
Never.
But that was one of the funniest travel, just to see your face. You're like, what?
Yeah. It was the 10-minute bus ride that pissed me off the most. I remember it to this day.
Yeah, you were mad for like a day. It took you 24 hours to decompress from that.
I tell everyone now, it's like, oh yeah, I'm flying into LAX. I'm like, you better order the fucking Uber Black.
XL Black.
Fucking boned.
Or else you're beat. And not to mention, we were at Terminal 6, so it went from 1 to 6. So by the time 3 of them passed us, because they were at capacity and couldn't even pick us up, so you're waiting there forever.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Never again. Right, yeah. What else? What do we got going on the docket?
What else?
What do we got going today?
What do you got going on? I always tell the people, I bleed out for this show. I tell the people my life. What have you been up to?
Like, I'm color commentary. Like, you're like kind of running the ship.
Am I?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I'm the talent.
You have a nicer voice. Like, my voice sounds...
I will say I had a nicer voice when I was on the radio on Kiss 108 when I did that internship, but I listen back to these podcasts and I'm like, ugh.
I know, I hate the sound of my voice, but
I think it's because I'm so unaware we're recording it, because there's no camera on us either, that it's just like la 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 la.
Yeah.
But then I'm like,
yapping,
flapping, mouth like a torn bag. All right, I have some stories.
Okay.
I know what I wanted to do that I never did, that we haven't done in a while.
What?
A Reddit post.
Oh, okay.
But it takes me a while to comb through them.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that at the end.
Okay.
We'll do it at the end. Let's fire through these stories.
But I don't know if we can do it at the end because I don't have one picked out, is what I'm saying. So I just got some stories.
Let's just do the stories. Yeah, just vibe. Yeah, we don't need a schedule.
No thoughts, just vibes.
Yeah.
Also, I think this is episode 7, and we said at episode 10 we would have visual, and I don't...
I ordered a cord that can plug into my computer and like keep my camera going, so it doesn't run out of battery.
Thank God for you.
Yeah.
Tech. Barrett's IT and tech, and I'm just the talent.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, we'll get into it. First thing, celebrity. Oh, did you hear? You definitely heard.
What?
Lizzo being sued by her backup dancers.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
what the fuck is going on? Yeah, that's insane.
Weird.
And like you've heard some of the nasty shit.
I've heard some of the disgusting things that were.
That's a fucking problem. Like, Lizzo, you're all about like body positivity and like that's your whole image.
Wait, what did she say to them? I heard what things were happened and in Amsterdam. Are we talking about the thing in Amsterdam?
Like, it's happened multiple times.
But what did she say? I didn't hear what she said. I heard she called them shamed them because they were gaining weight and they like couldn't keep up with the dances or something. Was that it?
Pretty much, but it was like pretty fucking bad.
What did she say? Say it.
She was basically like fat shaming people that are like her size.
It was awful, and she shouldn't. I didn't know if you had word for word the detail of what.
No.
Oh, okay, what she was saying to them. That's awful.
It's terrible.
And her whole brand is just like, be who you are, big or small.
And it's like, have you looked in a fucking mirror? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't fat shame someone that looks exactly like you,
and that you're working hard to like dismantle those thoughts and beliefs that society holds about people who are that size and discriminate against people who are that size, and you're like at the antithesis of what you're perpetuating.
Yeah, it's total hypocrisy. It's unbelievable. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, she's one to talk. Like, what are you doing?
Right?
Like, that's your whole show, and it's like, yeah, you have bigger people doing some of these outrageous dances. Like, yeah, you do it all the time, every day. Like, a lot of these women, they're probably dancers, but they're not dancing at this high rate.
Right, going on tour is probably
It's exhausting. A lot. It's a lot for people that are super fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, you're going to fat shame someone and you're going to fucking body shame someone like that?
No, but did you also hear that there was, like, sexual harassment, too?
What type of sexual harassment?
You didn't hear about what happened in Amsterdam?
No.
So in the report, I think... I should click on one of these articles. I have 2 articles from E! Apparently, she planned these, like, red light district outings with her tour when they were in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And she either encouraged or forced or made someone feel uncomfortable eating a banana out of the private parts of one of the sex workers.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that was in the police report. That was like so in the filed suit. That's what they're claiming. They were like sexually harassed. How awful is that?
You could like make a joke about it. Like I could see like me and my friends going out and doing something crazy in the red light district, and like you could be like, go up and do it, but we would never like force someone to do it. Like,
no,
was it forced on them?
Let me pull up the article. Also, being with friends versus being with an employer, especially, is so different. Especially an employer who's a
feel like your
global pop star.
You feel like your job's on the line.
Yeah. It's such a totally different dynamic.
It is 100%.
Let's see if they're in here. All right, so this is an E! article. It says, Lizzo sued by former dancers for alleged sexual harassment and weight shaming. Lizzo's being sued by 3 of her former dancers for allegedly creating a hostile, abusive work environment and making their working conditions intolerable, according to a newly filed lawsuit. In a complaint filed in the Los Angeles Superior Court obtained by E! On August 1st, Kristen Williams, Ariana Davis, and Noel Rodriguez alleged they were subjected to a wide range of mistreatment while working with the singer, including sexual harassment, weight shaming, and disability discrimination. In addition, the performers were also suing Lizzo's Big Girl touring production company and dance captain, Charlene Quigley, who they claim often preached about her Christian views while oversharing luridly detailed stories about her... Oh, I don't even want to say this. About her sexual habits and fantasies, occasionally taking breaks to publicly practice oral sex skills on bananas in front of her dance crew.
That's weird.
Let me see if... I heard a story about the Amsterdam one. Let me see if it's in here. E! Reached out, but she hadn't commented. She has since commented, but this is when she hadn't. The defendant said Lizzo made them uncomfortable in one instance in February when the Truth Hurts artist arranged for the dance crew to visit Amsterdam's red light district. In the complaint, the plaintiffs accused Lizzo of inviting cast members to take turn touching the nude performers at an adult club and specifically goading Davis when she refused to. They also allege that Lizzo badgered one of the security guards into hopping on stage and pulling down his pants during an outing. I don't know how that banana situation got mixed in with the red light district bill, but I heard it on TikTok. This is why I can't believe the rumors.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
This is why you gotta read the articles that are also rumors.
Yeah.
Plaintiffs were aghast with how little regard Lizzo showed for the bodily autonomy of her employees and those around her. The suit read, especially in the presence of many people whom she employed. Lizzo and her choreographer expressed thinly veiled concerns about Davis's weight after an appearance at the South by Southwest Music Festival, giving her the impression that she needed to explain her weight gain and disclose intimate, personal details about her life in order to keep her job.
Yeah, that's fucked up. You can't do that. Like you said, though, like the friend and employer relationship is so different. Yeah, so different. Well, I hope those girls get something out of it. I mean, if all this is true, like, and then it's pretty fucked up.
I saw a TikTok that's like, if you listen close enough to people, like they tell on themselves. Yeah. So Lizzo has that song, Rumors. Yeah. All the rumors are true. And it's like, people sign NDAs, no loose lips, people trying to sue me. Bitch, I don't give 2 shits. And then years later, like, there's people trying to sue her. Yeah. And it's like, are the rumors true? You said it in your song. And I know that's such a reach, but then there was also Ariana Grande with the Ethan Slater, Break Up With Your Girlfriend 'Cause I'm Bored. Yeah. That song, and it's like, And she has a history of being with men who are in relationships, and there's always suspicious crossovers.
That's so fucked.
Isn't that so weird?
Yeah, like NDAs don't mean shit if there's criminal activity involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you can have all the NDAs in the world, like, oh, like I know that like a lot of celebrities, like I know Jack Harlow, for example, has NDAs with the women that he sleeps with. But that's fine. It's not criminal activity.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But if there's criminal activity involved, like I'm pretty sure the NDA, like it doesn't mean shit.
Right. It's just, art imitates life.
Yeah.
And life imitates art.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I don't know, I don't like this story at all. This is kind of a bummer. Also, when Beyonce was performing here, she has a song that mentions women in the industry and she names them. Mm-hmm. And it's a good song. It's a praise. And Lizzo's name is in that song. And when she performed, the day after this came out, or a couple days after, when she performed at Foxborough, she took her name out of the song.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, is it true?
Yeah, well, Beyonce's got a good team behind her.
Right.
They're probably like, look, like, we don't want any fucking backlash from this shit. Just happened. Like, change it up.
That means, like, I don't know, you seem to be unfazed by that.
I'm kind of unfazed by it. It's just, like, it shocks me. You know what I mean? That, like, she...
I know, these are like, shocking allegations.
Of all the people, like, she's the one to do that. Like, come on, look at yourself in the mirror. Like, that's fucked up.
You've been on the receiving end of that kind of abuse.
Yeah.
Like, why would you perpetuate that onto people who are working with you and for you? And
exactly, and look exactly like you. Like, are you kidding me?
I know, dude, we've been gone for a while. Some of these stories are, like, old, but whatever.
Keep going.
Next up, actor and Euphoria star Angus Cloud passes away at the age of 25.
I know. That's sad. That's really sad. He was really well casted in that show.
He was literally my favorite character.
Do you know how he passed away?
He did pass of a drug overdose, and it was not an intentional suicide. His mom came out and made claims that it was not intentional. He struggled with addiction and mental health, but it was not an intentional overdose. But I kind of still can't believe it.
I know, that's really sad. That's one of those ones where it's like, man, like he had such a bright future and he kind of just stumbled his way into acting and then everyone loved him.
And I heard that who he was on the show is like who he is in real life. Like he is just such a bright light and everyone loved him and he was so sweet. He was one of my favorite characters and his storyline with Maude Apatow's character.
Yeah.
It's just really heartbreaking.
That's really sad. Shout out goes to them. I mean, thoughts and prayers are with them. And he was a good actor, and he was cast well in that. And who knows what he could have done in the future with it.
I know, it's so sad, and it was on my birthday.
Yeah, that is sad.
That's the second year in a row someone or something has died on my birthday. Cassie's dog died last year on my birthday.
Oh shit!
I know, fuck, dude.
Damn.
Oh my god.
What?
Did you hear Cardi B threw a microphone at a concert goer who threw a drink at her?
No.
Yes! Oh my god. Okay, so this story is like an onion. It has a lot of layers to it.
Yeah.
So she tells the crowd to like splash me on stage, like but just don't hit my face.
Yeah.
So some girl, it's like an outside concert, like throws her drink at her and it hit Cardi, I think, in the face. I think it got her hair and her face.
Yeah.
And she immediately took the mic and chucked it at the girl. And it didn't even hit her. It hit someone else.
Oh, my God. That's unreal.
Hold on. Let me pull the story. You haven't seen this?
God,
I hope this is the clip.
I haven't seen it.
Wait, let me find the clip.
You don't have to show me the clip. Just kind of read the story.
No, the clip is so good. Okay. This is E-News again. Cardi B throws microphone at audience member who tossed a drink at her. Cardi B retaliated against which, like, okay, don't throw shit at people on stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see, finally, someone gets what's coming for them.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll think twice about throwing a phone or a drink.
Yeah.
Or...
The phone throw is the most the dumbest one that you could possibly
BB
have.
Rexa. That's the one that started it all. She got nailed in the head with a phone and got stitches on her eyebrow.
Yeah. I wanted to throw my phone. It's like, dude, that's your whole life.
I hate people.
It's so dumb.
But if anyone was going to retaliate, it was going to be Cardi B.
Yeah.
But she also said, whatever. All right. Cardi B retaliated against a concert goer who splashed her with a drink as she performed on stage, becoming the latest music artist to be hit by materials thrown by an audience member in recent weeks. Yeah, what is in the water?
I don't know. People are just fucking mad at themselves.
When performers fight back. Amid an apparent growing trend, Cardi B became the latest musician to be struck by a material thrown by an audience member and she was not having it. While the WAP rapper performed on stage at Diaz Beach Club at the Cornwall Hotel in Las Vegas. What? No, go back. Okay. In Las Vegas, July 29th, a person in the front row splashed their drink at her. Cardi responded by throwing her microphone at the offender. She later retweeted a video of the incident, but has not commented on E. Oh my God, not her being like, retweet, but then like not saying anything.
Yeah.
E! News has reached out for reps for Cardi and Dre's Beach Club, but has not received a response. I think, these stories are old. I think since then someone's responded. There have been several incidents of audience members throwing objects at musicians on stage, which obviously we've covered in all these episodes. In mid-June, a man hurled a phone at BB Rexa. He pleaded not guilty. Why does this keep switching the... There we go. Later that month, Kelsey Ballerini paused because a fan threw a bracelet at her, which hit her in the face. Look, here's a photo. Look at her.
Wow.
Dude with vengeance.
Yeah, she would have. Oh my God. That's unreal.
I would not. I guess they sold the microphone for charity.
Okay.
So whoever got the microphone, I think, sold it for charity.
Oh, that's cool.
Pink was also struck in the face while performing. Harry Styles, a fan threw an object at Harry Styles at his concert in Vienna. Yeah. Everyone's getting shit thrown at them.
It's crazy. So dumb.
But yeah, Cardi B threw... I want to see... I don't have an update on it. Hold on. Let me Google it. Cardi B mic update. Oh, that's right. Cardi B won't face charges after a fan accused her of throwing a microphone at them during a Las Vegas concert. After a thorough review of the case and with the consultation from the Clark County District Attorney's Office, the case has been closed, having insufficient evidence. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, we watched her do it. This is a Teen Vogue article. She's not going to face charges. I want to know what happened to the microphone.
Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's being sold for charity.
Yeah, that's good. At least it's something good out of it.
Lesson learned. Don't throw things at stars and they won't throw their microphones at you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, a microphone is a little bit different than like a cup of water.
Yeah.
But
still. Never fuck with a black woman's hair. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, never. Yeah. I mean, any woman's hair, but
especially a black woman's hair.
Specifically people who have curly hair, and if you get it wet, it's going to curl.
Yeah. They'll fuck you up.
Yup. That's exactly it.
Yeah, lesson learned.
Cedar Point roller coaster gets stuck 200 feet in the air.
Was it upside down?
No, thank God. There was one that was stuck upside down for 3 hours.
Yeah, for 3 hours.
And they had to get... That's awful. This one just got stuck. So it's the highest... at one point in time, it was the highest roller coaster in the world.
Wow.
200 feet in the air.
Yeah, fuck that.
And it got stuck right at the tippy top.
I'm done with roller coasters.
Yeah, I'm done. This is why you don't go on roller coasters unless it's Disney, because you know there's $1 billion lawsuit payout.
Or Universal, yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
I'm not going on any roller coasters.
Nope.
Good with that.
Especially the traveling theme parks.
Was anyone hurt or they just had to wait?
No, they just had to wait a while, and thankfully it was at the top of the roller coaster where there's like a staircase next to it.
Oh, okay.
And they had to like get off and walk down the staircase.
All right. It's not bad.
No, but look, there's like a kind of a picture you can see.
Yeah.
In Ohio, that's
still
so
up there.
Ohio behavior.
That's Midwestern behavior.
That is
that's
Midwest behavior if I've ever seen it.
God. It's like the roller coasters
Cedar
that get
Point
set
Amusement
up on
Park.
carnies.
Have you heard of that? I feel like I've heard of that.
No, I've never heard of that.
It's called the Magnum XL 200 roller coaster, and it malfunctioned. It got stuck more than 200 feet in the air.
That's a horrible name for a fucking roller coaster. I'm going on the condom roller coaster. Are you kidding me?
Magnum XL.
Clean it up.
Clean it up. Yeah, but that's so scary. This is why you don't go on roller coasters.
Yeah, no.
Or swimming in the ocean.
Those are two totally different things.
Yeah, but I was just thinking things I'd never do.
Yeah.
Like, I used to swim in the ocean, but now?
No.
She couldn't catch me in the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't want to be shark bait.
What else you got?
Those are most of the stories that I had today. I told you, it's like, I've been so fucking busy being so popular. I've been to Maine. I've been to Long Island. I'm going to the Cape. I've been to Boston. I'm here in my hometown. It's like I'm here, there, and everywhere. Like
I hear you.
You know, I'm a local celebrity.
You're a hot commodity.
I really am.
I got some sports stuff.
Oh, really? Wait, hold on. There's just one more thing I think I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
I think. Let me find it. Oh, here was... Okay. Did you hear that Taylor Swift fans, this is also old, but Taylor Swift fans cause a seismic activity equivalent of a 2.3 magnitude earthquake?
That's insane.
In Seattle. Which, granted, those are fault lines on that west coast there, but...
Yeah.
It says Taylor Swift and her fans are literally shaking it off. Link in the bio for more information about how the seismic activity was recorded at her Eras Tour concert in Seattle, equivalent of a 2.3 magnitude earthquake.
That's wild.
That's insane.
That is insane.
Also, Taylor Swift added more tour dates for next year, and I think I might go to Miami so I can see her perform Long Live. Because she added it. I told you. She added it to the set list. The one song Mackenzie and I wanted to hear. And then we go to the tour. And then literally a month later, she adds it to the fucking set list.
Oh, that sucks.
Which is so disrespectful and rude. Like, what about the 2 million people who came out to see you and wanted to see that song? Which everyone wanted to see that song because everyone on the internet was like, I hope it's my surprise song. Because she does 2 surprise songs and no one got it. And I was like, no one's going to get it. She's going to be fair. And she wasn't. And she waited till Speak Now, Taylor's version, re-released and then added it to the set list. Why couldn't we have that? You put Enchanted in the set list and not Long Live. No one wanted Enchanted. No one cares about Enchanted. Why didn't you put Long Live in there that everyone wants to see, and then when Speak Now comes out, you can add Enchanted?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, that song's so important to me. I don't think you'll ever understand how important that song was.
I don't
know. Like, I have... you don't. I have to go see her when she comes back in Miami next year because... I don't know if I'll ever see her do that song live again. I saw it when I graduated high school. That album came out when I was a senior. And it's about, like, Long Live and the memories you've made and, like, Homecoming
I remember you
Court.
and Mackenzie telling me about it, yeah.
And I graduated from high school and I went with my friends and I cried in the stands as she played that song. So I was going to college and things would never be the same. And I never thought I would hear her perform it live. And now all these people get to hear her do it live.
You gotta go down to Miami and see her.
Next year.
Okay.
I'm going.
Do it.
I could also go when I'm in Europe because I'm going to... Did I tell you I'm going to Ireland in the spring?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'm in a wedding.
Nice.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. I should be a professional bridesmaid. I'm good at it.
That's funny.
And I'm a fun wedding guest.
Yeah, you are a good time.
Yeah, so I got to go back and see Taylor because twice wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And I think third time is the charm.
Okay.
You have sports news?
I do.
I have sports news.
Okay, let's go with your fucking sports news then. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is a Maddie talk show today.
Hey, you said I was the talent.
Yeah, you're a social media manager too, but let's go.
I know, I've been really slacking on it. I'm going to the Red Sox tonight.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to see the Red Sox.
Do you know who they're playing? You have no idea.
I looked it up earlier. I don't know. Hold on. They had like a cool logo. They had an intricate logo. I think it's still on my Google search, is it? No, I don't know. Just tell me. Do you know who they're playing?
I don't.
Oh. Let me look it up.
Going over to Fenway Park.
Fenway Park. I heard they sell Dell's Lemonade there.
Oh, yeah.
Royals. They're playing the Royals.
Oh, they're playing Kansas City? Okay, they should win that game.
Oh, they won last night.
Yeah. They're
a walk-off grand slam.
Grand salami.
Grand salami.
Nice. That'll be a good time. Fenway Park, like, if you've never been to Fenway Park, it's a fun time.
Yeah.
But I
don't actually like baseball. I'm just going because it's Fenway, and I love fun. I'm a fan of fun.
Yeah, you want to get the hot dog. You want to get the...
Dells.
The sausage out on Yawkey Way. I think they renamed Yawkey Way, which is dumb. But they got the sausage stand right on the corner before you go in is so good.
Why is it so good?
It's the best sausage that you could possibly get.
Is it like spiced? Is it a spicy sausage?
It's spicy and regular that you can get. But they put like all the fixings on it. They have all the stuff that you could want.
I don't really like
the bun's really good.
Okay, I don't really like peppers and onions or anything like that on my.
They have all the different types of mustards. It's so good. It's unbelievable.
All right, so I'm gonna get a sausage. I'm gonna get a beer.
Yeah.
I love peanuts.
Yeah.
At sports games, love peanuts. Love cracking the peanuts and dropping the shell on the ground. The whole, Do
you want to know a weird thing that I do?
What?
I eat the whole peanut.
Ew, Barrett. That's dirty. They don't wash.
Really.
You really?
It's good.
They don't wash them.
Tastes good.
That's dirt on it, Barrett. It's dirt.
Whatever.
You're eating dirt.
Salty. It's good. I don't know. If I get lazy, I just pop them in, yeah.
Stop. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No! I wish you never told me that.
Well, now you know. I mean, I'll eat them the other way, but, like, yeah. I'll just fucking throw them in if I'm getting lazy.
Barrett, it's like hay. It's straw. How do you chew that?
It's easy.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Why do you do that? Who told you to do that?
I don't know. I saw someone do it, and I was like, let me try that. And you get, like, the saltiness from the outside of the peanut, too.
Barrett, it's dirt. It's literally dirt.
I don't know. It's good.
I am so concerned.
Yeah, whatever. That's what I do.
But yeah, that's my sports news. I'm excited. Oh, and I want to get a Dells. I'm just excited to like...
You're excited to get a Dells.
Yeah, I really want a Dells.
Yeah.
I'm just excited
where they serve Dells lemonade?
Attleboro.
Yeah, but where in Attleboro?
You don't know where in Attleboro? Or are you asking me like, yeah, but where?
No, I do know where. They have a Dells stand, but they also have one at the driving range in North Attleboro, like on 152.
Oh, I would never go there, so...
Oh, it's fire. I go there.
I'd go for Dells.
I go there, hit balls, and then get a Dells lemonade after every time. Get a watermelon Dells. It's so good.
Oh, stop, dude. So watermelon good, Dells.
Dells need to make more flavors of their lemonade.
Yeah.
For sure.
Lemon, watermelon, blue raspberry.
Do they have blue raspberry? I don't think they have blue.
No, that's what I said. You said they need more flavors, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, got a cherry in there too.
Yeah.
It'd be fire.
But lemon is just so good. It's so classic.
I like the watermelon the most, I think.
I know.
It's so good.
Watermelon flavored, everything is so good.
The watermelon that you cut up in the fridge.
Oh, how good was that watermelon?
I
know you ate all of it because I came home from the shower and there was none.
I shoveled it into my mouth. It was so good. Every piece was
so cold
and juicy.
It
was so juicy. It was
I cut it up really good. Like I didn't get any of the white rind on.
You did cut it up really good.
I'm good.
That's key.
At stuff like that.
That's underrated. That's
tuna
key.
fish and cutting up watermelon.
Yeah. Oh,
those are my special skills.
Yeah, your tuna fish is unbelievable. So good.
So good. But every time I make it, everyone always eats it.
All right, I'll get my sports news.
Okay. Sports.
All right, so over the weekend, Jake Paul fought Nate Diaz.
Ooh.
Jake Paul won by decision.
Ooh. Oh. Yeah. By decision, so no one...
it's a unanimous decision. So it was basically no one not TKO'd or KO'd anyone. But Jake Paul is rising up like through the ranks of boxing. Like he's not bad. Like everyone shit on him before. Like I watched this documentary about him on Netflix like last week right before this fight because I was like, all right, and he gets a lot of shit. You know what I mean? For a lot of different things. And he is a loudmouth a little bit, but he's doing it all to promote the fight, which you can't be mad at fighters talking shit, doing all this petty bullshit on the internet. Conor McGregor does it, and I'm a huge fan of Conor McGregor.
It's the culture.
It's the culture. You're trying to sell a fight. You're trying to build up that tension. So I watched this documentary, And it goes into like Jake Paul, who he is as a person, all this stuff, where he grew up. Like Logan Paul's in it, and they talk about their relationship, how they got on YouTube, how they started and like got into boxing essentially. So this is all towards the buildup of the Tommy Fury fight, and the last fight he had in like, you know, the late winter. So Jake Paul has fought like some MMA guys. He's fought like some, you know, guys that were athletes and stuff like that. But like this one was probably, I would say, his second biggest like opposition, maybe, because Nate Diaz, unlike Tyron Woodley or Ben Askren, is like the same size or maybe even a little bit taller with a longer reach than Jake Paul. Like Tyron Woodley's like my size, but he's like a stocky guy, and he was an MMA champion at one point. He fought Ben Askren, who was an MMA champion in one championship, which is over in the Asian countries primarily. And then he fought Tommy Fury, who's an actual boxer, and Tommy Fury's older brother is the heavyweight champion of the world. Like, I feel like I want to say he's undisputed right now, meaning in boxing there's like there's 4 belts. So 4 different, you know, there's the WBC, like all these different like leagues or championship belts, and when you win all 4 and hold all 4 at one time, they call you the undisputed champion of that weight division. Oh, okay. And that's what Tyson Fury is. He's the undisputed, and that's Tommy Fury's older brother. Okay. So Tommy Fury, and his dad was a boxer too. So Tommy Fury's been boxing his whole life, and he's a boxer. He's not an MMA guy. You know, he's not a mixed martial artist or someone who like specializes in jiu-jitsu, all this stuff. Like, he is a strict boxer, and that's Jake Paul's only loss, and it came down to a decision.
So he lost against the little brother.
He lost against Tommy Fury, the younger brother of Tyson Fury.
And that's his only loss?
That's his only loss against a professional boxer. And the reason, like, and it's not like he got knocked out. He didn't get knocked out. He got, like, in boxing you score more points. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's kind of like in MMA. But in MMA, usually, most times, it's like someone gets knocked out or someone gets submitted, meaning like choked out or...
Submitted.
Yeah, submission. It's submission. So Nate Diaz...
I'm going to use that when I get drunk. I'm going to be like, dude, I got submitted this weekend.
Submitted by vodka.
Yeah, I'm getting submitted on the batch. Okay, what? So, keep going.
Nate Diaz fought in the UFC, like, I want to say he had like over 35 fights, probably even more than that. But he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialist. Like, he does a lot of ground game stuff, meaning like he'll put you in different positions to make you tap out. Mm-hmm. So him going into boxing to face Jake Paul, it took out the best part of his game, of his fighting game. And Jake Paul ended up, you know, winning by decision, judge's decision, because he scored more points and got more knockdowns and stuff like that. But it was... like, the more I watch him fight, the more I'm like, this kid can bang. Like, this kid can throw. Like, he knows what he's doing. Like, yes, he talks a lot of shit. Yes, he has a background of being a YouTube kid and being an actor on, you know, Disney.
He was an actor on Disney?
Yeah, he was on Disney.
What did he do?
He was part of, like, some kid show. I forget what it was. You got to watch the documentary. I think you would actually really like it. But... you know, the more this kid trains and the longer he's in this, like, he could be a force down the road if he keeps getting better, which I think he is. And him going up against Nate Diaz and winning by a decision and then losing to Tommy Fury, not by much, maybe by a point here or there, like, he has a legitimate stance in boxing and he can sell a fight, like, better than anyone. Like, the only one he probably can't sell a fight better than is Conor McGregor. Like, they're really good at, like, marketing, promoting themselves, pushing all the right buttons.
Yeah, well, he has a background in, like,
and in fight sports,
social media, so that's good. He's using it.
And in fight sports, like, it's good to be the villain. You want to be the villain. Like, that's a good thing because you're gonna want people to tune in and be like, I want to see this guy get fucking knocked out.
And then he doesn't.
And then he,
who's
wins.
better, him or his brother?
Jake Paul's, I think, is a better boxer than Logan. But Logan can throw too. Like, Logan can
Wasn't
box.
Jake engaged to Bella Thorne? No, Tana Mojo.
Tana Montague. You always call him Mojo.
No, because Emily said it's Mojo.
I don't know.
Like Mojo, Jojo.
Who knows? I think he was. I think it was just a publicity stunt, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it was too. But it was Tana.
But that's but it was just cool. Like, Jake Paul, like, winning this past weekend against Nate Diaz, who's a UFC legend. Like, it's adding to his, resume of being like, I'm, like, put him in another big fight. Like, I'm going to tune in. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, so we're a fan.
Yeah, before I was like, nah, I was like, fuck this kid. Like, who does he think he is? Like, going into boxing and just being...
I think that's
doing whatever you want because you have a following. I was like, fuck that. But like,
I think that's what everyone thought when he first started doing it,
100%.
And then he took it really seriously and was like, no, I'm like not just.
Now he's like obsessed.
Like, I'm gonna do this.
Now he's obsessed and he loves it and he's really good at marketing, and he's like saving boxing right now. Like,
good for him. Way to pivot.
It's unbelievable.
That's awesome.
And he's making bank doing it. He's making like fucking $60 million a fight.
What?
Yeah, boxers make a ton of money. UFC fighters, like MMA, doesn't make a lot.
Your sport is getting punched in the face. Would you, if someone was like, here's $60 million, Floyd Mayweather's going to break your jaw, would you take it?
Probably.
I wouldn't. Don't fuck up my face.
Yeah,
don't touch
I would.
My face.
$60 million, yeah, I would fucking get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather and be like, I'll get my ass kicked and I'll be in the hospital for months, but I'll never have to do anything ever again if I don't want to.
I don't think I could.
I could. I know you could, and it's a different
One of my biggest fears...
I would get my ass kicked for $60 million.
If they didn't touch my face. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I couldn't.
I don't know. But boxers make a lot of money. If you sell a fight, like, you make money on pay-per-views. And, like, a lot of, like, Showtime, HBO...
You know what's keeping pay-per-view alive? Boxing.
Yeah, it is. For sure. 100%.
Like, what even is pay-per-view?
It's a specialized event where you have to pay to view it.
Pay per viewing.
Yeah, exactly what it means. So that's my thing on Jake Paul. Like, I feel like, the more he does it, the more, like, respect I gain for him. And before, I was like,
what does he
fuck
look
this
like
social
now?
media kid. Like, he has a bunch of tattoos and everything.
Yeah, Logan Paul. I know that, people change and you grow. I can't forget when they videotaped, they went into that Japanese forest.
Yeah, the suicide forest, yeah.
Oh, I'll never forget that.
I know, they talk about that. And, like, they were at really big low points in their lives, both of them.
There's an American Horror Stories. I told you to watch that show?
Yeah.
There's an episode and each one is different, and there's one about these influencers, these 4 guys who all live in a house together.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's giving very much
same type of thing.
Same vibe. And they do something and they get canceled. Like, they videotape someone jumping off of a bridge and they post it and think, oh, it's so cool. And it's like, literally, that's all I could think of. It was like pulled from that.
Yeah.
Why doesn't my phone have internet? Hold on, I'm looking up what he looks like now.
Yeah, like, that's my whole thing with Jake Paul. Like,
oh my God, he does have tattoos.
I felt that the more he fights, the more respect I gain for him. Like, and everyone's always, like, giving him an excuse, being like, oh, like, he fought, like, a YouTuber first, and he was like, well, if you put up against, like, an actual athlete, then
could he actually do it? Yeah.
And then, like, he fought Nate Robinson and fucking knocked him out in, like, the second round.
Ooh.
And they were like, oh, like, he fought an athlete, a basketball player, but can he fight an MMA guy? Then he fights, like, 3 MMA guys, and he fucking gets the decision and knocks out some of them. And then it was like, oh, we'll fight a real boxer. And he fought Tommy Fury, and it was a close fight. Like, it was a good fight.
Wow.
And then he goes back and he fights Nate Diaz because Nate Diaz is a big name. Like, that's the thing that with Jake Paul and Nate Diaz, or Jake Paul against any opponent, like, you have to have, like, a following behind you. You have to have a name so you can get the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big part of it. So, like, he's fighting names now. Like, he's fighting combat stars.
Wow.
And it's pretty crazy. Like, it's crazy to watch and crazy to think about. But I don't know who his next opponent is. It might be Tommy Fury again to get a rematch. But it was good. It was fun to watch him. I now tune into all of his fights because it's like this kid can fucking throw hands.
You know who they remind me of? These brothers.
Who?
Aaron and Nick Carter.
Kinda.
They are blonde and.
Blonde. The older one's like not tatted. The younger one's tatted.
Yeah.
And kinda, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I guess. That's crazy.
Wow.
But that's my Jake Paul spiel.
So he's a fighter now. I'm on his Instagram. I've just been scrolling since you've been talking about him.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's doing well, and I hope he has another fight coming up. Like I'll definitely tune in now. Like I'll definitely be like, oh, I gotta like tune into this Jake Paul fight. Like I would, a UFC event, like a big UFC pay-per-view, like UFC, 280 or 281, like one of those. Like I'll tune into those. Like I'm gonna do that with Jake Paul from now on because it's like, dude, this kid can fucking box. He's good.
Hell yeah.
So the next sports thing I have.
Yeah, what else? Tell me.
Funny.
That's funny.
The 2023 college football all-name team.
Oh my God, Barrett! When you told me about this, I read them to everyone at the Airbnb the wedding weekend.
It's the
we
best.
were crying.
It's the best.
Laughing.
It's so funny. I don't know when they started doing this, but some of them are great. I'm gonna read off the best ones. I won't read off all of them.
Okay.
So quarterback, General Booty. Playing for Oklahoma. They have
General.
Yeah. Fat Watts, PH Fat Watts for Tulane is the fullback. Rowdy Beers. I like that name. Rowdy Beers.
Rowdy Beers is a good one.
The tight end for Florida International. Who else? Dodge Saucer. I like that one. Offensive lineman.
There's one that it literally...
Shitta Silla. Boston
Barrett.
College defensive lineman.
I know. Can you imagine going up to someone, hi, I'm Joe. Hi, I'm Shitta. And they're like, wait, what?
Dude, imagine being the fucking teacher on the first day reading that, being like, this must be a typo. Like, this has to be a typo. Like,
how do you pronounce it? Shida? No,
that's even worse. Shitta Silla.
Shitta.
Pig Cage at a
Pig.
UTSA.
Who names their kid
University
Pig?
of Texas San Antonio, I think. Pig Cage. Like what?
Why?
Mobility.
That's my favorite.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Mobility.
Kool-Aid McKinstry. That's nuts. Storm Duck.
Storm Duck is my favorite.
Yeah. Major Burns. I like Major Burns for LSU. That's cool.
That reminds me.
But those are like my favorite ones.
Shitta.
If
his last name was Brick.
Shitta Brick, yeah. Oh my God, that'd be so funny.
Shitta.
I can't even believe that. But yeah, I thought that was a funny post. The all rowdy.
When I read these, you should have seen my friends' faces. They're like, no, this is a meme, right? I'm like, this is not a meme.
No, it's real.
This is real.
On their birth certificate.
Shitta. Is that a family name?
I don't know what it is. But
I need to know.
It's so ridiculous.
General Booty.
General Booty's probably that. I think that's my favorite.
His name on the back of his jersey is Booty.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was number one. Number one Booty.
Oh my God. That's
Booty.
So insane.
At least Shitta Silla's jersey is Silla, not Shitta.
Yeah. But I thought that was funny. And then we didn't talk about the British Open.
Oh,
so the British
do you
Open.
Talk about it?
We're not going to get into it. I'm not going to talk about it too much. But Brian Harmon won.
Is that good?
But he hasn't really won a lot of major championships. He's won tournaments, but he hasn't won like a lot of major championships.
So this was his first.
Yeah, so I think that this was his first. I think it's his first. So he did good. So congrats to him. Like I don't really want to talk about.
Okay, we're over it.
Yeah.
Are we out of golf season?
It happened like 2 weeks ago, so it's like all right. Like everyone knows. Like congrats to him, Brian Harmon. Good job.
Good job. Always when I go to Open Sports, question mark.
Yeah. So actually, you know that meme of like the the drawing that's really done well over here of like a horse.
Yes, and then the further you go, it's like a stick figure of a horse. Yeah.
So like the first major champions of this year was Brooks Koepka and someone else. Oh fuck, I forget who it was. It was Brooks Koepka and another big name, and it's gonna fucking kill me if I can't get it. But whatever, it was Brooks Koepka and like another like top 5 golfer in the world, and then the last two were Wyndham Clark and Brian Harmon, and it's the stick figure. Like the major champions are like, oh, like this is gonna be a good season for major champions, and then all of a sudden it just like fell off. It was funny.
That's funny.
It was good.
All I can think of now is Shitasoa.
It's so good.
All right, is that all we got for sports?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for sports.
Film and TV. I want to talk about Summer House.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. All right.
I'm still not in season 7, but I'm halfway through 6.
Should we do Barbie really quick, and because Summer House we go nuts on Summer House. Let's do Barbie.
Okay.
All right.
I loved it. I would give it 100 out of 10, a million goo gillion out of 10. I want to see it again in theaters, and then I'm going to buy it when it comes out on DVD. I'm going to buy it on my iTunes so that I can just watch it weekly. It was so giggly. It was so funny. I felt every emotion on the human spectrum. I cried. It made me really nostalgic in the flashback montage, and it just like reminded me of Mom and how much I love Mom. And I saw it with my mom and dad and McKen's, and it just reminded me of my mom and sister, and like and my grandmothers,
and like playing with dolls,
dolls, and just like, you know what song played in my head as I was watching it, or what song? Have you heard? You probably haven't, because you never hear any viral audio, but it's like, oh, I love being a woman. Have you heard that viral? No. It's like literally what I thought. Like, I love being a woman, and I love that movie. And it was so funny. And I was kind of like, oh, Ryan Gosling's playing Ken? Because when you play with Barbies, in your mind, Barbies are like in their 20s.
Yeah.
And so Margot can play a younger role. But I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting that it's Ryan Gosling. Like, I don't know. He was so funny.
Yeah.
He was so incredible. I loved the Kens.
The Kens were funny, yeah.
I loved the Kens. They were so funny. I love, Simu Lee is his name?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah, he was good.
He was so good.
Really good.
What's his name? Also, the guy who played Alan.
Michael Cera.
God, I love Michael Cera.
Michael Cera.
I love
awesome.
him so much. I just loved the casting. It was so the beach comment. He's like, "We're gonna beach you off," and he's like, "I'm gonna beat you off."
Yeah. It was a lot of like slapstick, like giggly comedy like that. So my whole thing with Barbie, I liked it. I liked Barbie. I did. I kind of knew what I was getting into.
Are we gonna fight?
No, we're not.
Are you gonna use fighting words?
No, we're not. Because top to bottom, it was very well produced. It was very well made. It was very well casted. You know, the script was unbelievable. Like, I agree. Like, that was a really, really good script. And like top to bottom, it was really good. I knew what I was getting into with like it's. You know, I'm a Barbie girl living in a Barbie world. You know, it's about, well, no, it's like, it's about females, and it's about like, you know,
it's about everyone, Barrett.
The way they made fun of like men in that was good. It was really good.
We can all laugh at it. It's
exactly. Like I was laughing. Like,
it's silly. The Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
The
it was
leather
just like,
couch comment from Alan.
I think it was a little bit. I think it was a little goofier than I thought it was gonna be.
Because I think in order...
I didn't think it was going to be that... silly and goofy.
Because I think in order for it to be palatable for everyone, it had to be that goofy. I don't think you can make a movie talking about what that film talks about be like hardcore and be serious. Like,
to be any type of like serious about it.
Yeah, like we're silly. And that's like what Barbie is. You didn't play with Barbies when you were little?
I had different expectations, I think, going into it, thinking it was going to be something else. Mm-hmm. But when I saw it, and then like kind of had a second to like digest it on some of the stuff that was written and the kind of the meaning behind some of the scenes, I was like, okay, like I can appreciate that. Like that was really good. Like it was well done. It was well thought out, well written, and well projected onto the screen.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's my only thing is that I went into it thinking it was going to be something else. And I liked what it turned into. Like
you
I
liked
do.
what it was.
Looking back on it, I like it, but I just thought it was going to be something else. But it was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'd watch it again.
I think it was so. My favorite was Weird Barbie. You didn't play with Barbie, so
I loved Weird Barbie.
There is Barrett.
Kate McKinnon was so good
in every Barbie collection. There, and it's so right. There's a Barbie you just play a little too hard with. Like you cut her hair off, and as a little girl, you don't realize dolls' hair don't grow back like humans. So then you've ruined the Barbie.
Right.
And then you're like, well, fuck it. I shaved her head. I might as well color on her face with marker. And like, she never has clothes on. She's missing a limb. Like, she's always in the splits.
Barbie,
like, that's literally weird. Mackenzie and I were dying laughing. We're like, there's always a weird Barbie. And I love Kate McKinnon. It was so.
She was perfect in that. She was. It was very
perfect.
well. It was very well casted. It was very, very well casted.
It was so funny.
And like, so I saw it with Gabby, and she was like, "I don't really like Ryan Gosling as Ken."
Oh, she didn't?
No, she was like, she was like, it should have been Chris Hemsworth. I'm like, he probably could have done it, but like Ryan Gosling
has
a background though for like, it's like the same thing that we said with like Timothy Chalamet. And
he has a musical background, and it was a musical.
And that guy from The Bear, what's his name?
Oh, Jeremy
White. Jeremy Allen White or something.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing. It's like Timothy Chalamet, like Jeremy Allen White. Yeah, he could have played young Wonka.
Oh yeah, right.
But Timothy Chalamet has a background in like dancing, singing. Like same thing with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
he has a background in dancing, singing, all that stuff.
Okay, I could see her before seeing the movie. If Gabby and I had chatted, and she's like, "I think it should have been," what'd she say, Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah.
He might be a little old for it too.
I think he's just a little...
I think Liam's a little younger.
Yeah, I think he's just a little bit too buff too.
I think he is too, because that's not what Ken looks like. Ken is a very
like a slender, ripped character. Yeah,
I would have maybe agreed with it, but then after seeing the movie, like, no, Ryan Gosling was hilarious.
Yeah, and he's got the comedy down too.
He has
good.
The comedy. Yeah. He has the face Barrett when they're all sitting around the fire.
She said Ryan Reynolds could have done it too, and I think I was like, yeah, Ryan Reynolds probably could have done it.
Okay, I can see it.
It's just the singing and dancing.
Ever since I saw it, now I can't imagine Ken as anyone else but Ryan Gosling. Like it has to be him. He was so funny when they're all sitting around the fire playing. What song are they singing?
Oh fuck! I know the song.
Were you dying laughing, Barrett? I was crawling out of my skin because there's nothing I hate more than men like, let me play this song on my guitar for you. Like
they're
literally
dying.
They're all playing the same song, singing the same song to all the Barbies. It was hysterical. It was so funny.
Oh my god, that was funny.
I really loved it.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, it was a good.
His song.
It was a good movie.
Also, the soundtrack. I loved the music.
Yeah.
Every song they picked, I loved the music. I'm gonna go on
Barbie
and download
2 is
the soundtrack.
definitely gonna be coming out. So.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I don't know what the premise would be.
They always find a premise, dude.
Yeah. That's true.
Barbie actually now living in the real world and then wanting to go back because she misses her friends.
In the final scene, when you think she's going in for a job interview.
Gynecologist, yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
I was crying. So the scene right before that was the montage. Yeah. And I was like, I was just really emotional. I was like, don't cry, it's your birthday, don't cry. And I cried.
You know what they should do for Barbie 2?
What?
So they ended off with the gynecologist scene. Mm-hmm. Now Barbie goes to the gynecologist. Something funny happens. She finds out she has no female parts, and she struggles with dating.
Oh, yeah.
And finding true love. And that all men want is sex.
And maybe Barbie struggles with not feeling like a woman because she doesn't, have those parts. But, womanhood is so much more than
with Greta.
that.
Greta, listen to us.
Greta, if you're listening and this is the plot, if anyone from the studio is listening and this is the plot, I'm suing, and I'm going to use this podcast as evidence that you stole. This is a copyrighted idea.
This is Flannel Mouth idea.
Yeah, Greta, call me.
She struggles with true love because all men want is sex, and she has no female parts. Mm-hmm. So she has body dysmorphia now, which is a fucking common thing in the world.
Yeah, which is a thing. Or like, women who get hysterectomies, or just like all the things that include like, I'm not a woman because I don't have ovaries and a uterus. Like, and then oh my God, Barbie teaches us that it's so much more than just that.
That
Barbie
would be the main storyline.
But then there's other funny good things that happen.
Yeah, then there's other storylines behind that kind of follow it, like the B story, the C story. Mm-hmm. Like that'll kind of mold, and at the end you basically come up with like, Barbie finds true love in someone, I don't know, like an Alan type.
I love Alan.
You know what I mean? Like that's like a rough premise.
Once they figure out how to build that wall sideways, nobody's getting out of here.
That's so good.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
Yeah.
I want to go back in theaters and see it again. I really do, and I can't wait for it to come out because I'm going to buy it, and I'm buying like extended edition, special edition, all the editions. I want to buy a Barbie and keep it in the box. Wait, I have a really... So I was on TikTok. Can I play a TikTok?
No.
Why? I want to play it for
because no one can see us.
I know, but you don't need to see us. It's a guy reading. His dad went and saw Barbie, and this guy's like, dude, my dad saw Barbie, and these are his thoughts. And he reads the text from his dad. I guess I'll play it after.
Play it after.
Maybe I'll repost it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
All right.
Repost
I'm going to post it on the Instagram because
sure.
It was like all the king's horses and all the king's men could never put Barbie back in her box again. Like the dad loved the movie.
I love that.
Loved it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was obsessed. I still need to see Oppenheimer, which I'm gonna go see. I've been so busy. Again, I'm so popular. I just have so many plans.
Yeah. But okay, that was good. That
was amazing.
Dissecting Barbie. Yeah, for sure.
I just can't stop thinking about how much I love it, and I'm gonna be Barbie for Halloween. I don't know which Barbie, but I'm going to be Barbie.
You better pick out your outfit.
I know. I'm gonna start crafting it now.
What
Summer
All right,
House?
so what's our next film and TV? Summer House?
Oh, well, I've been really watching The Umbrella Academy. It's so good. Everyone should watch it.
Yeah.
I think I talked about it last time we were on the podcast.
Yeah, and I got two other things I want to talk about with...
Let's give them something to talk about.
Two other things with movies. Talking about love. So two other things. We watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh, why did you bring that up? I hate you. That was
Guys,
so...
I just want to...
It's a horror film.
It's a PSA warning.
Don't
a PSA
see
warning. It is sad. It is the saddest Marvel movie
I've ever seen.
The raccoon and the animals.
Stop, Barrett.
I can't.
No.
So anyone going in watching Guardians of the Galaxy, that is the saddest shit.
Get a box of tissues.
That we've ever seen. Another movie that I recently watched, Heat, with Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Val Kilmer. There's a bunch of other actors that you guys would know. It was made in 1995. It was directed by Michael Mann. This movie, I know that there are some... Tyler said that there are some podcasts that talk about it. Like the Rewatchable podcast with the guys on The Ringer.
I don't know that, but
Bill Simmons and like his crew, they talk about it. But I feel like there's a lot of other movies that people talk about for action movies that like Heat doesn't get talked about enough by enough people.
All right.
Like it is such
justice for Heat.
It is such justice for Heat, dude. It is such a good movie. When you said Heat,
I was thinking Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy.
No, not The Heat. No, Jesus Christ, Madison. So this movie is so good. I forgot how good it was, and then I saw it and I was like, wow. I was like, that is such an underrated, underappreciated movie that not a lot of people talk about. They're like, oh, action movie, like let's talk about, Terminator, like let's talk about
Transformers.
No, I'm not putting it even close into that category.
I know, but that's why I said it, because we don't, because we're over it.
Terminator, like all these ones that are just like classic nostalgic film in that genre, like Heat is up there. Has to be up there.
Okay, but what's it about?
So good.
You didn't even tell us what it's about.
So it's basically like De Niro versus Pacino. Pacino's it takes place in Los Angeles. Pacino's a homicide detective and robbery detective, and Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer are part of a crew of guys that basically, do bank heists. They do like all these different types of heists and shit. And like basically it's, Pacino and his crew of cops versus De Niro and his crew of like gangsters. And the way the story like folds, like every character has a purpose. Every main character has a story and a purpose that you kind of follow through. And it's like they all have a beginning and an end. And it's so like everything top to bottom is so well written, so well directed. The acting is unbelievable. Like just the production value, and this was in 1995. The production value in 1995, like it was very, very good. Like that, this is one of those movies that you could watch now, and you're like, when
did this come out?
Yeah, when did this come out? Like I gotta watch this. Like this is unreal. Wow. Came out in 1995. It was unbelievable. Michael Mann.
Who's that?
Michael Mann's done.
What else has he done that I know of?
He's done a bunch. I mean, he's a well-known director. Forget the movies. I'll read them off to you really quick. But he's done a lot of work, dude. Like he's a household name. He's done Collateral, which won.
I've heard of that.
It's with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx won an Oscar, I think, in that one.
I love Jamie Foxx.
He did Ferrari. He did Miami Vice with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. He did The Last of the Mohegans with Daniel Day-Lewis. Public Enemies with Johnny Depp. Black Hat with Chris Hemsworth. He did Ali with about Muhammad Ali with Will Smith. Like he's done a lot of good movies. He did The Aviator with Leonardo DiCaprio. Unbelievable movie.
I don't think I've seen any of these movies, but I've heard of them. He did
Ford vs. Ferrari.
Oh, I heard of that one.
He did Intern with Robert De Niro. That's a good one.
Oh, that's with Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, he's done a lot. He's done a lot of movies. But like this one, Heat, I was like, oh my God, like I completely forgot about this movie. Like, holy shit. It was so good.
I think I walked in and you were like, have you seen this? Was that the one?
I was locked like, in for like 2.5 hours. I was like, this is a sick movie. It's like I haven't seen this.
2.5 hour movie in '95 was probably like the longest movie ever made.
Probably a little shorter than that, but like I was locked in. Like I was like, this doesn't get old. Like there's not a bad scene
maybe
in
I
this
should
movie.
watch it.
But that's my stuff on movies that stuck out to me this week.
I love that. I love a new movie wreck.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Disney movies in the past week and a half.
Nice.
I watched The Parent Trap again. It was fantastic.
Oh, that's a good movie.
I mean, nothing close to your review of Heat, but
yeah. That movie's unreal. All right, you want to get into the...
Oh my God, Summer House?
Yeah, let's get on Summer House right now. We're not going to have time for the Reddit story.
That's fine, because I haven't picked one, and I need to like go through and pick a good one. I'll pick one for next time when I get back from the batch weekend.
Yeah, I'm in.
I forget where we left off in Summer House, but... I forget where we left off in our review, but... Season 6. No,
we gotta talk
season
about,
5. We didn't talk about the end of season 5.
Season 5 and season 6.
So when Hannah came in the house, she was like, fun, silly Billy, haha, all good. Yeah. Amanda, Paige, and Hannah were all besties. And then as the season progresses, we're into season 5. Hannah comes back in season 5 and is like, season 5 is the COVID season.
Yeah, where they're all trapped in the house.
They're all trapped in the house. That season, there were no parties. So Kyle and Amanda were like, oh my God, we're getting along the best we ever have. Like, it's so great. Yeah, because Kyle can't go out and drink.
Yeah.
And they have a problem with Kyle going out drinking too much and blacking out. And the history of him is he cheats on his fiance.
Yep.
And then she gets upset about it. But Hannah and Des,
No, I don't like it at all. I
mean, I'm happy for them. They're married now. Like, good God bless, love that. But like, oh my God, unbearable. How no, absolutely not.
She's dust. She turned into dust.
That's actually dust. I actually unfollowed her on TikTok because after seeing everything that she does on social media now, all I can think of is how just disrespectful and rude she was.
Yeah. Wicked.
To Kyle and Amanda. She had sex in their bathroom.
Yeah, you're naked.
You live in a giant house.
Yeah.
And you are go up into someone else's private bathroom in their suite, in their bedroom while they're not home and have sex in their bathroom.
Yeah, that's dust.
That's
dude.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I'd be
Ew.
fucking. Yeah, I'd be like, dude, you need to.
If I found out someone did that to me and was like, it's so funny. Why is that funny? Why is that funny? Why are you in my bathroom? Why did you cross the threshold of my bedroom that I stay in that none of your stuff is in while I'm out of the house? What did you need out of my room? How did that even come about?
I hate that.
That is so blatantly disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked that Paige is still friends with Hannah.
I am too.
I kind of can't believe it. Love Paige. She is literally my favorite. Paige and Sierra, my girls. Love them.
Yeah.
Love. Stan. I can't believe Hannah did that. I was so sick of her. And then in the reunion, when everyone starts like arguing and people are yelling and she bursts out in tears and is like, people yelling at me is a trigger. Oh my God, don't leave your house then.
Yeah, don't go on fucking reality TV. Are you kidding me?
Don't go on reality television. How do you leave your house without... No one likes being yelled at. No one likes yelling.
No.
But you're going to cry? You can yell at other people because you scream at other people. But when other people yell at you, you're going to cry. I'm triggered. You triggered me. What?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
And she went on her podcast and called Carl a drug addict? Didn't she call him a drug addict? That's what he said in the reunion. And she was like, oh, sorry. Like, her thing is like, oh, sorry, it was a joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
You can't go on your podcast and talk about, like, things like that. Like, you're a public figure now.
Right.
And people are listening to your commentary.
And it's okay to, like, so...
And Carl's brother had died of an overdose.
Yeah.
And now you're commenting about how he's a drug... Oh, my God. Like so out of touch with reality. Thirsting so hard for attention and views and to be, like, funny that you will literally say whatever. And you don't... Like, these are supposed to be your friends. Why would you say that? Yeah. I was so disgusted in her behavior by the end of season 5.
Yeah, she's dust, dude. I fucking don't like her at all. I don't like her.
No, I don't like her.
She's shitty. She's a shitty person. She, like, talks shit about people behind their back where it's like these are supposed to technically be your friends.
Yeah.
Like, you could have easily been like, you know, like the whole thing with, like, Lindsay where, like, talking shit about Lindsay, I guess, on a podcast where it's like she was
right. That was in
Lindsay
season 5 too.
Lindsay wants me to be like her minion, where it's like, why do you have to put it that way? It'd be like, well, me and Lindsay have like a complicated relationship, like, and I don't know, like, we're kind of working through it. One of those things, like, that's all you have to fucking say. But you do things just to get clicks and views, which is so fucking stupid and so idiotic to me.
And so thirsty.
Like, I would never do something. I would never talk shit about my friends behind their back.
Especially on a podcast.
In general. Like, but I would never, ever do it where it's going to get posted to social media.
No, never.
Like, fuck you. Like, that's also a shitty thing to do.
Lindsay, like, historically throughout the series, like, when Hannah's having a hard time or having fights with Amanda or having fights with Paige, like, Lindsay's kind of been really supportive of her in a way. Like, sometimes Lindsay is annoying, and I do think Lindsay kind of meddled and didn't
Carl.
like how close Amanda, Paige, and Hannah were.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I found that Lindsay always, like, goes for the underdog, and she's always going to defend the underdog. If the house is teaming up on someone, Lindsay has that person's back for no reason other than the fact that she's just, like, I don't know if she's a contrary or if she just is like, I feel bad this person's getting ganged up on. Like, when they did it to Luke.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both.
Like, Lindsay and Carl have grown up a lot since, like, season 4.
Oh, my God, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, that's why I like Lindsay. Like, I think Lindsay, I stand with Lindsay. Like, if you fuck with Lindsay, yeah, she's going to be pissed and fuck with you back. But, like,
oh my God,
she'll be the first one in your corner to fight your battles for you, though.
100%.
You know?
She
and, like,
definitely seems like a loyal friend, I would say.
She's
like,
such a loyal friend.
I've never seen her, like, although I do get annoyed. So season 5, when Hannah was like, I got a text from the psychic and it said that Luke and Lindsay hooked up. First of all, what?
That's
such a rumor.
Off.
And then you telling Paige and then making it a thing. And then, Lindsay had every right to be mad. Lindsay and Luke had every right to be mad, to be like, not you running around the house saying you got a text from your stupid psychic saying that we hooked up two people that she doesn't even know.
Right. Like,
that I'm sure you've, like, told her about.
And it just fucking came in. Like, fuck you. It's probably an account that she made.
Honestly.
And texted her personal.
But even if it's not, like, why would you... She was it was for the storyline. The producers definitely said, but like when they all got in a fight and Lindsay was like, do you know who I am? And I think it was Paige or Amanda, and they were like, we know, you're Lindsay Hubbard, sit down. Like, I hate when she gets like that. Like, you don't know who I am. Like, you're a person. You're just a regular person like anyone else. Like, stop acting like you're the president's daughter. Or like,
or like, you know what I mean? Kick someone's ass. Like,
like, please, none of you would ever lay a hand on any of you.
Yeah.
Although when Amanda threw the cup at Hannah.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, you threw a drink at me, bitch. Which, like, Amanda definitely, like, the fight that they had was for some reason, Hannah hates Kyle. And they always would get in fights about Kyle, and she'd bring up Kyle. Like, when the girls were saying, like, oh, we didn't, like, the guys didn't really get to know him because, like, you guys were always together. Like, we didn't really hang out with Des when he came to visit because you guys were always together. So, like, none of us really, like, know him.
Right.
And Hannah was like, oh, because Kyle, and brought Kyle into it. And Amanda's like, oh, what are you talking about? This isn't about Kyle. Like, I didn't say, none of us know him. And also, you probably go run your mouth to Des about all these people, so he doesn't like any of the people.
He already has, like, built up animosity without even meeting these people.
Right.
You know?
And,
like,
oh my God, how identical did Des and Kyle look?
Oh, like fucking uncle and nephew.
Oh.
Like dad and son. Like,
literally?
It's so fucked up. Yeah.
Des looks like Kyle from the future.
It really does.
It is.
He really does.
Honestly, such a trip.
It's unreal.
But I think that sometimes, like, my issue with Amanda was, I'll never forget this scene because Kyle had 2 incidents that we know of on the show cheating on Amanda. So when the Luke and Hannah thing was going down and they're at the restaurant and everyone's like, you know, they think they're being a good friend by inserting themselves and defending Hannah when it's like you really just kind of should have kept your mouth shut and let things run its course. And then if your friend gets her heart broken, be a shoulder to cry on. Like, do not speak up for anyone, because when Hannah does hook up with Luke, you're just going to look dumb. And Hannah never asked you to do that. And Hannah never told you how she felt this way or the other about Luke. You were pissed off the way Luke was treating Hannah, so you inserted yourself. When, like, let Hannah fight her own battles. Like, I do get annoyed when people are like, she was being a good friend and defending her. Like, don't insert yourself in other people's drama unless they asked you to.
Yeah.
And be a supportive friend to them. Like, don't fight the other person. Like, no one asked you to. I've learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
And so I just see it playing out. And when Amanda was like, Hannah, if you hook up with Luke, I'm so done with you. What?
Yeah.
Can you, Amanda, if Hannah said that about you and Kyle, how would you feel? If everyone took the same stance and had the same attitude that you did, Amanda, you'd have no friends. Because you continuously go back to a man who perpetually cheats on you. And we're just talking about Hannah and Luke, who aren't even dating.
Yeah.
They're friends who, like, might hook up, might not. They've, like, made out a couple times.
End of season 4, she got so fucking mad. She, like, smashed something in the kitchen, and it's like, why are you? It's because Luke, like, wouldn't tell her gossip.
And
Luke's like, I like Luke. I'm a fucking fan of Luke.
I don't mind Luke.
Yeah, he does some fuckboy shit, but like, what fucking guy doesn't have fuckboy tendencies?
Sure,
you know what I mean? Like what type of guy doesn't have that type of fucking thing? I don't see
him as the villain.
No, not at all. Like,
but then also him saying like, me and Hannah never had sex. First of all, I'm gonna stop you right there, Luke. We saw on camera that you two were intimate.
Yeah, you were intimate.
So you can't say like we didn't have sex. So please,
you were making out with her. You were fucking doing all the stuff but sex.
Right. So like, don't even go there.
Right.
That is like a cop out.
It
totally.
is a cop out, yeah.
But at the same time, I also didn't like the fight between the guys in season 5 was so upsetting to me. It was worse than any of the fights any of the girls have ever been in.
It almost got physical.
No, but it was like really upsetting for me to see them treat Luke like that. That's why I hate when Carl drinks, because Carl was sober and then Carl was drinking, blacks out, becomes a monster, and said all that about Luke, and Luke heard him. It was like he did the same thing when he was drunk to Jules and Jordan in like season 3 or 4 or something.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I hate when Carl drinks.
Yeah.
I hated that fight so much, but I'm so happy that all the guys made up and like they all apologized. It was all good, too. And they did. And I'm happy that Luke came back into the house and finished out the season.
Yeah,
he's not in season 6. No, he is in season 6. Is he?
He is in season 6. He's not really in season 7, I don't think.
Okay, so he's still in season 6 a little bit.
Yeah, he's in season 6 a little bit, I think. I'm pretty sure.
But I hated that fight. That was like really upsetting to see the guys fight like that, and it was I literally blame Carl for all of it.
Yeah.
And like it was just ridiculous.
No, I don't think Luke is in season 6.
No, he's not, right?
No, he's not, because there's guys from Winter House that are in season 6.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. He's not.
Yeah. But he shows up in some episodes, I think.
Sure.
Just for like parties and stuff on the weekends.
Yeah. But I'm so happy Hannah's not in the show anymore.
Yeah, she sucks.
She was like really not well in the head.
She's fucking brutal.
And I'm really proud of her for leaving reality television because I don't think she was okay.
I don't think she was all right. I think it really fucked with her.
I don't know why or what, but
she doesn't have the personality and she doesn't have the tight lip to know when to shut up about certain things, because she was talking a lot of shit, and like all your friends are going to hear this.
Yeah.
And all your friends are celebrities. And all your friends are going to get questions that tabloids are listening to your fucking podcast.
Literally, and they're going to write
Kyle.
stories.
They're going to go to Kyle. They're going to fucking go to Lindsay. They're going to ask him all these things. They're going to write stories. And then all of a sudden you start a fucking big ass rumor or some, bullshit story that gets blown out of proportion by the media, because everything gets blown out of proportion by the media.
Yeah.
And you're alienating yourself when you think it's like, oh, I'm just like speaking on this topic. It's like, no, people are going to run with that and they're going to fucking spin it to make you look like a bitch.
Yeah. Also, what I thought was so weird about Hannah, she got engaged and didn't even tell Paige. She didn't tell anyone but her family, and then posted it on social media.
Yeah.
And then Amanda...
Way to fucking alienate yourself.
And then Amanda's still sending out the olive branch, being like, this was a good friend of mine. Like, maybe, like... She always is trying to pick a fight with my fiance for whatever reason, but she's my friend and I'm happy for her and I want to celebrate her, and like she just got engaged, and no one told Amanda, and then Amanda saw it and called her, and then she was like, oh, I'm at the DMV, can I call you back? Never called her back.
Yeah.
And then someone on a podcast or publicly or an interview where she was like, oh, well, Kyle never said, like, no, I never heard from them. And she's like, I literally called you and you never called me back. And she's like, but I didn't hear from you. And she's like, you did. I called you and you said you couldn't talk.
Yeah.
And you never called me back. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's
not like oh, let me call you back because you just want to talk. It's like, no, like,
right, Hannah, asking about you don't like Amanda and Kyle, and that's okay. Say it with your chest.
Yeah.
I don't like you and you're not my friend, and I'm sorry if that hurt your feelings. I just don't want to share moments of my life with you anymore, and I'm sorry, but like that's how it is. Instead of like playing this,
and like pussyfooting around the actual problem.
Seriously, you're not friends and you don't like her. Okay, move on. And then how she was so mad that Amanda asked Paige to be her bridesmaid, and she was like, well, I stood up for myself, and I guess that's Paige's reward for not being honest about how she feels about Kyle. Here's a tip. You don't always have to be honest about how you feel about your friend's spouse or partner. Yeah. You can literally keep it to yourself.
Right.
You never need to voice your concerns, because guess what? No one cares, because it's not your partner. It's theirs. Yeah. And if you can't have a friendship with her because you absolutely hate the person that she's with, that's also okay. Don't be her friend then. You don't like, oh my god, I literally I couldn't stand the behavior.
Yeah, she's brutal.
That was also like a mean comment to make about Paige. Like, Paige is your best friend.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of can't believe
season
that.
5, what about season 6? What things did you pick up on season 6?
Love season 6.
I like season 6 way more.
Yeah, season 6 is fun because they can have parties again.
Yeah, they can have parties again, and I like the new cast members. Yeah, the new cast members I like.
What are their names? I forget. It's been like 2 weeks since I've watched it.
Andrea, the guy.
Oh my god, love him.
Yeah, oh my
god,
unreal.
Sweet angel. I love him.
He's a man whore, but he's European, so he can get away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't
an
think
Italian.
he is.
He is.
No.
Maddie.
No, he's not. No, I think Carl's a bigger whore than he is.
Madison.
What? No, he's not. He only likes Paige, and he
gets away with it because he's fucking European.
No,
he gets away with it because he's European.
Likes Paige, and he doesn't mess around because he's like doesn't want to ruin things with Paige. Remember, he like oogles over Paige, but then.
How far into season 6 are you?
I'm like halfway through, and then Paige and Craig.
He was hooking up with another girl the whole time, like.
What?
Like, seriously, while he was, like, talking to Paige. Like,
when?
you find that out.
Oh, my God.
In, like,
you just
second
ruined
half
it
of
for me.
season
No
6.
way.
Yeah, like, dude, like, he's a good guy.
Yeah,
like,
but Paige and
he's
him...
He's a bit of a man whore, but he's, like, a good guy.
No,
and, like,
I don't think dating
two
people at the same time makes you a whore. I think it makes
when you fucking say, like, oh, I love Paige, all this other stuff, and then...
He was infatuated with her.
But then you're hooking up with another girl, like, your intentions aren't fucking legit.
Well...
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm always going to defend someone, like, figuring out who they like and dating multiple people until it's, like, a committed thing. Like, Paige wasn't committed to him. He was just obsessed with her, and maybe he just liked the chase, but he, like, also had this other person, and then he didn't, like, Paige ended up being like, no, we're not a thing. Like, I like Craig, and I'm going to do, like, I want to see where this can go with Craig.
Right.
And so he was probably like, oh, okay, like, I'm going to then commit to this other girl. I don't know. I just don't know. I love him.
I like him. No, he's fun. He's a fun dude.
Who's the other guy, the bodybuilder?
Oh, I
thought he was hot until he opened his mouth.
I thought he was hot until he started doing everything else.
He's like... He was talking about, like, protein and, like...
He's a personal trainer.
I know, but I know personal trainers
Alex?
who don't talk like...
Is it Alex?
Maybe.
It
might be Alex.
I don't know. But, like,
I like him, and he also really likes Sierra, but he, like, can't make a move.
He just
That's
has,
kind of where
he
I'm
has,
at.
like, a bland personality.
Yeah.
His personality is his looks, and that's always, like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Totally.
So.
Totally.
But yeah, like, I liked season 6. It was cool.
And then, I'm not finished with season 6. I told you the other night, you didn't know this, when Paige and Craig... Well, when Lindsay tells Paige about Kristen...
Oh, yeah.
And then she gets upset.
Yeah.
That, you didn't know, that's Kristen Cavallari they're talking about.
You told me that.
How crazy is that?
That was nuts.
That's why when they flashed those headlines in the show, they were bleeping out the person's last name.
If I'm Craig, he made the right decision.
With going with Paige?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Kristen
100%.
Cavallari has a whole bunch of baggage with Jay Cutler, her kids.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, she got divorced from Jay Cutler, who's an ex-NFL quarterback.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a football player.
Like, she's already been married. Like, and if I'm, like, going into a relationship, like, and this isn't for everyone. This is not for everyone and how everyone thinks, but, like, if I'm between two women, like, that I'm like, oh, like, I really like this person, I really like that person, like, you start to weigh the other things, and it's like, do I really want to deal with her fucking kids and be a stepdad? Am I ready for that? Like, all this other stuff where, like,
are you ready to be a dad,
with
a stepdad?
Paige, like, you both have never been married, you both are, like, roughly the same age, you both, you know, do the same type of work and sense of reality TV, so you can kind of share pointers of where you're struggling and where, like, you know, you can improve. Like, so it's like, it just seemed like the right decision. Like, both women are beautiful. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I'm sure
that's
they're
not
both
the problem.
really great people.
Yeah, they're both really great people, but there's just a lot more responsibility, I feel like, when you have to go into something like that. And a lot of people can do it. You know, like Spencer, for example, is... he just married Sarah, and I love Sarah. But Sarah had a baby before, like, 12 years before she met Spencer, and he's like 12 or 13.
But I guess when you love someone...
He's a good kid, but, like, Spencer also grew up. Spencer grew up and had a stepdad and had to merge families at a younger age. So, like, he is well aware of that. And, like, he even said to me once, he was like, yeah, he goes, I like it. And he goes, it's just kind of a family dynamic that I'm used to. Yeah. And, you know.
And I think also when you...
It works for some people, but I feel like...
love someone so deeply.
Yeah.
Those things matter, but, like, they don't. Because you're like, I just love this person, and... I'm gonna love their children, multiple.
I'm saying if the love is equal.
Yeah.
For both.
Oh, okay.
For both.
If the love is, sure.
You got to start looking at some of those extra things that come with each person. Yeah. You know, like, and I feel like that may have been a little bit too much for Craig. And I kind of side with him on that, just because, like, I'm not raised in that type of family dynamic, and I don't know if I'd be ready for that responsibility. Sure. So I feel like he made the right decision with Paige. That's my whole spiel.
Well, we also don't know why he chose Paige. I'm still halfway through season 6. The drama I'm at right now is...
I think it's they don't really address it, but I think it's all the reasons that I just said.
You think?
I think there's just a lot more that goes into that relationship that he's not ready for.
Yeah. Or maybe they both just like, it was just a fling thing.
Maybe. Yeah, could be.
I mean, we'll never know.
Yeah.
But the part I'm at now is Austin comes for Lindsay's birthday. And Sierra and Austin had a thing apparently in Winter House.
Oh, you're at that episode?
But
oh my God.
I didn't finish it, and I see in a part Lindsay and Austin make out. And Austin's like, I'm gonna stay in Lindsay's room, and Sierra's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, oh man.
Oh
shit.
Man. And then Lindsay's getting mad.
Is that girl Sam in it?
No.
This year? Oh, I think it's season 7 that she's in it.
I don't know a Sam, yeah.
The little blonde girl?
No.
Oh,
there's no Sam.
She's funny. Season 7's good.
But, so, Austin's like, well, no, Andrea.
Yeah, Andrea.
Andrea's not here this weekend. I don't think he was there. And he's like, I'm just going to take his room. Plus, you guys have an extra. I'm like, why would I stay in Lindsay's room and there's like an extra room in the house? Like, I'm just going to stay there. And Sierra's like, yeah, you're not staying in Lindsay's room. Lindsay was running around telling everyone you're staying in her room. And he was like, no.
Yeah.
Then, like, the first night everyone goes out, Austin and Sierra are like all canoodly, flirty, like kissy, and Lindsay's like, what's going on over there? Like, what are they doing? Like, getting so mad. I was like, we're leaving, and like got so mad.
Yeah.
Then they're like flirting at the party. It's a moment, and then I see a clip, and this is when I fell asleep after I saw the clip of Austin and Lindsay making out.
Yeah. Yep, that happens.
Who initiates that?
Lindsay. Lindsay initiates that.
I don't like that behavior.
I don't like it either. I think it's fucking brutal. But that conversation was never really had, I think, between Sierra and Lindsay. I think there was...
You don't need to have a conversation.
But there was subtle, like... Because Lindsay and Austin hooked up before. Mm-hmm. And so did Sierra and Austin. Mm-hmm. So, like, when it's like, oh, like... You know, they were kind of, like, throwing looks at each other and, like... You know, kind of trying to one-up each other, playing this little game of, like, who's really going to get Austin. And Austin's kind of, like, in the middle, being like, I'm just going to take whatever's, like, coming at me.
Austin is not in the middle. Austin is orchestrating this entire thing. And Paige was so right.
He's not the puppet master, dude. He's not.
Lies.
He's
Agree to disagree.
He's not the puppet master.
No. Paige was like, you are telling things to Lindsay that Sierra doesn't know, and you were telling things to Sierra that Lindsay doesn't know. It was you the entire time. He was feeding both of them exactly what they wanted to hear, saying seeing who would throw themselves at him harder. He was not honest with either one of them. He was playing them. He is not caught in the middle of two women. Lies. Oh my
God, I don't know.
No, absolutely not. I see Austin for exactly who he is. And he was playing both of them. Or else he would have said, I'm sorry, Sierra, like, I have a thing with Lindsay. Or, I'm sorry, Lindsay, I have a thing with Sierra. He wasn't. He was thirsty and desperado.
Desperado. Austin, you're a southern fuckboy.
He is.
You heard it here first from Flannel.
No, don't even, please. Oh, he's just caught in the middle. Little old. No. You orchestrated that entire thing, and Paige was right, and she's like, and no one in the house is saying it. This is why I love Paige, because Paige was right, and she's honest. She's like, you're telling things to Sierra, and you are telling things to Lindsay, and all of us here know it, and no one is saying anything out loud. It is you. You are the problem.
Fuck. All right. I'm going to step down from that one.
I mean, you can just disagree with me. You say agree to disagree. But do you in your soul disagree with me?
You raised some good points now that I'm thinking about it. Like, you're fresh off of season 6. Like, I don't remember the intricate details.
Well, maybe you should. Wait, you started season 7? You said you wouldn't start without me.
Yeah, I was on season 7 and you go, you can't watch any more of this. So I said, okay. And I haven't seen any since. So fucking hurry up and finish it. Are you kidding me?
I know. I'd be on season 7 if I wasn't so busy watching The Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, you got to bounce. You got to balance.
No, but you can't act like men are not stupid.
I know men aren't stupid, Madison, but it's like,
oh, I'm so dumb. I don't know.
No, fuck that. Like, no, but it's like, no. You know what? Agree to disagree. Fuck you. No, fuck that.
Now you're just mad at me because I'm right.
I am a little mad at you.
Why?
No, because I think that's bullshit, because the girls were playing a fucking game back and forth themselves. They were both trying to...
They had to compete with each other because of him. All of it shouldn't have happened.
Because of him?
Yep. Because he was texting Sierra, oh, this, that, and the other, and telling Lindsay, oh, I'm coming for your birthday, Lindsay. Oh, this and that. And when Lindsay's not in the room, he's like, oh, yeah, Sierra, I'm not going to stay in Lindsay's room. And then when he's with Lindsay, he's like, oh, Lindsay, make out. Like, he knew what he was doing.
Lindsay initiated the make out. And when he was...
And he's like, I'm just a victim of her lips.
When he was at the dinner, and like you said before, If it's not serious, then what's the problem? Right? If it's not serious, then what's the problem?
Sierra had
Lindsay initiated the makeout. They went on a birthday dinner before they went up and met Sierra after, and there was no flirting or anything going on at that dinner. And they met up with everyone at the bar, and then he starts hooking up with Sierra, being flirty, all this other shit.
So he made out with 2 different people in the same weekend?
Lindsay made out with him. Lindsay comes up and just fucking smacks one right on the fucking lips to him, dude. There's no way. He didn't initiate anything.
He tripped and fell right onto Lindsay's lips.
She goes right up to him, grabs him by the back of the fucking arm, lifts her leg, wraps it around him, and fucking makes out with him.
And then what happened?
She cobraed him.
And then what happened?
And fucking... nothing happened after that. They didn't have sex or anything. He didn't have sex with either of those girls. And you just said 15 minutes ago, if they're not fucking exclusive, then what's the problem?
Yeah, but we're not talking about people in the same friend group.
No. Lindsay hooked up with him before, and then Sierra hooked up with him most recently. Lindsay felt entitled because it was her birthday.
I'm just not giving Austin a pass. He's not innocent.
We're not giving Austin a pass, but you can't give the girls a pass either.
I'm not. I think it was all like... I think what Lindsay did when she saw Sierra and him hooking up, like, I know that Lindsay and Austin had hooked up before, but then seeing how Austin and Sierra are, you could see the fire burning in a hole in the back of their head with the laser beams coming out of her eyes at that dinner. And then she intentionally went up and was like pissed and jealous and mad for whatever reason, because she still liked Austin, and she thought the whole weekend, like, it's my birthday weekend, he's coming for me, and like he wasn't, because I don't think she really knew that maybe he was texting Sierra still or flirting with Sierra still, or didn't really like thought that was, oh, they hooked up one time and they're not really into each other. And then
Austin
she was
doesn't get a pass. He does.
No.
Austin does not get a pass. He should have made a decision and stuck with his decision.
It's just messy when you go after messy. 2 roommates. That's so messy.
That's very messy.
And you know what? It worked out for the best because Lindsay's with Carl now. When does that happen? That has to happen in season 6.
I think so, yeah.
Because they get engaged in season 7.
Yeah, it happens in season 6.
She was wearing shoulder pads to the beach. I love Paige.
They have I think it happens. When does Kyle and Amanda's wedding happen? Season 6?
I have no idea. Maybe. Oh my God! I also
you haven't seen the wedding yet. So
no, I haven't.
It's season 6.
I saw the part. It was an upcoming scene where Kyle's gonna bring up having a prenup to Amanda, and she's like, well, if there's a prenup, then you just plan on getting divorced. And she flips out. That's another dude.
Hot take. I'm so fucking glad you brought that up.
People who hate prenups don't know what a prenup is.
No, they don't. And
I don't think people who hate prenups understand what a prenup is.
It protects you as much as it does the person offering the prenup.
Exactly.
It protects both parties. And like, dude, like Amanda thinks like, oh, like he's not going to give me half, blah, blah, blah. Like she has just like a fucking stereotypical bullshit. No, it's a stereotypical bullshit. I don't know what I'm talking about because it's never been brought up to me before. I've never looked into it. Like in the reunion on season 6, I remember Andy Cohen, he goes, yeah, prenup. He goes, at this level, he goes, a prenup is good for you too, Amanda. And then she was like, oh, well, and Kyle kept on being like, Google it. Like, Google a prenup and look up what it is. You're on your phone all day. You can't Google prenup and read a fucking 3 paragraphs about it and what it entails.
If I married someone so Kyle's business isn't like, let's go as far as to say a multi-million-dollar business.
It's a multi-million-dollar business.
Right. Let's say we're talking about $50 million business. Okay.
I would say that's probably roughly what the take is for Loverboy is $50 million a year.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot. They're growing, so like it's gonna be a fucking billion-dollar company.
It would be
maybe someday.
wildly foolish for a person who owns a company worth that much money to not have a prenup, and it doesn't mean you're getting divorced.
And you're not dealing, like, this is what I said before.
It guarantees you a payout if you do get divorced, this amount of money. Also, in prenups, you can be like, if we were married 5 years, you get this. 10 years, you get that. If we have one child, you get more. 2, 3, 4, 5, however many children.
Right, you
certain amount of time.
it.
Like, it's a structured settlement. You're not going to be in a marriage for 35 years with 4 children and then be left with nothing. That's not what a prenup means.
Yeah.
And, like, he would be a fool not to have a prenup. You think you marry him and you can divorce him in a year and you can take half his business?
Yeah, and especially since she's in the business, too, like, you know, it makes it that much more complicated.
Way more complicated.
That's his first fucking mistake. Like, you should have...
Did they get a prenup?
I want to say they did.
Okay. I was going to gasp if they didn't.
I don't know. I kind of forget.
You can also get a postnup.
I want to say that they did.
A postnup is a prenup, but after you get married.
But after you get married.
Yeah.
I think, well, like, you're dealing with investors at this point when you're getting married, and this girl works as, like, the CMO or whatever the fuck her title is, like the creative director, I think is her title.
Yeah.
Like, you're dealing with investors. You're dealing with outside money. You're dealing with other people's money at this point.
Yes.
And you have 2 chief executives, essentially, that are married together. Like, now you're fucking with other people's money that have invested in this company.
Right.
Like, if I'm an outside investor and I'm prepared to write a check to Loverboy for $10 million, like, yeah, I want to know what the fuck is going to happen.
If anything dissolves between the two of you, what happens to this company?
We see what goes on Bravo. And you know what I mean? And, like, it's not like just, like, you can hide this relationship because it's televised.
Also, her being like, you plan on getting a divorce because you want a prenup. You plan on getting a divorce because you won't sign a prenup. Do you not want to sign a prenup because you want to leave me and take half my wealth?
Right.
Like, that argument can be, like, Uno reversed on her.
Yeah, and, like, dude, and I want to say that her family is not, like, destitute. Like, her family also has a lot of money. Like, you see her house.
Also, you making Kyle sign a contract that says if Amanda ends the engagement, Kyle owes her family 100% of the money spent on the wedding. But you won't sign a prenup?
Yeah, like...
I'm just such a huge fan of prenups, and I feel like people who hate them just don't really understand how it benefits everyone involved.
They just think it's like a bad, like, a lot of people just get like, oh, a prenup, like he's just like covering their ass or she's just covering their ass. It's like, no, it's so everyone gets out a fair deal.
It's so you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's not a messy divorce. If it happens. You know what I mean? God forbid. Like, if it happens. But yeah, that's another part that pissed me off about it.
You can also put...
I'm like, you are such a dumb fuck. Like, you are such a dumb, lazy shit.
You could put fidelity clauses in prenups.
Kyle kept saying, like, Google it.
Infidelity in the marriage.
Yeah.
It can be null and void, and she can get, he can get, whoever can get. You can literally, it's a contract that you both agree on. You both agree on it.
You can write anything you want into that contract. And what pissed me off the most is that she, like, wouldn't Google it. She would get pissy. She gets like pissy and upset and just like fucking starts a fight with Kyle.
How she always does, stomps her feet like a little brat. She's such a brat.
Such a fucking brat. And she doesn't want to be informed. I'm like, dude, oh my God. Google it.
Also, first night of season 6 when everyone goes out and Kyle stays out, which, like, Kyle, why are you staying out alone without any of your housemates just like drinking? Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. He stays out. She does the thing again where she calls him like 40 times.
Then doesn't text him, calls him 45 times.
Call.
Shit all over the bathroom.
Destroys his property.
I'd be fucking dude.
I would be
I couldn't date someone like that. I couldn't date someone like that.
Also, Amanda, if it's not conducive to your lifestyle to have a partner who goes out and does that, that's okay.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be with that person. Remove yourself from that situation, but you refuse to because you like the lifestyle being with Kyle brings.
Yeah.
You like being on the reality show. What would happen if you broke up? One of you's got to go. Yeah. You can't both stay on the show. Right. You're going to lose your job because you quit your job and decided to work for your boyfriend's your fiance, boyfriend at the time's company.
Yeah.
So you'd be out of a job in more ways than one.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't. That's who Kyle is, and you're never going to change him. The phone calls, the drunken phone calls, that is so. And like Sierra and Paige were so right to be concerned.
Yeah.
And when he was like, the only thing we have in common is Loverboy, and she's like, it's just been really hard, like this and that. Like, I can imagine how difficult it's been, but you seriously want to be with someone who says the only thing he has in common with you is his job. Like, I get that people fight and they go through hard times, but like, my God, is this even worth it?
Yeah, it's not even worth it. It's not. It's fucking. It's unbelievable. Like,
she's such a little brat. I really can't handle. You know what? I think she's just really immature.
It pisses me off because like usually, what you want to see out of every relationship that you're exposed to, from like even like looking on the outside in, or even like your own relationship, it's like I want to surround myself with people that make me better.
Yeah.
Kyle has a girlfriend or now a wife that fucking shits on him.
It's so sad.
That judges all of his moves. And it's like,
she was so mean to him when they were sending out like save the dates and stuff. Yeah. And like she was just like being mean to him, and it made me really sad.
And like if he did anything like that to her, she would fucking have a hissy fit, cry, all this other bullshit. Like, and it just fucking bugs me because like Kyle's the man. Like Kyle has so much fun, and whenever, like we said, when Kyle's having fun,
you're having fun. Everyone's having fun when Kyle is having fun. And you know what? Coming from like if I were dating it, like maybe I wouldn't want to date Kyle. Maybe that's not conducive to me. I still like Kyle.
I got you an Uber. Get in it. She's a season 1 booty call, by the way.
Yeah, that turned into his now wife. But there's just so many. I don't know. I think the relationship should have ended. And my friends are like, oh no, they're in a really good place now. And I was like, I'm halfway through season 6. What are you talking about? They're like, wait, what? You don't like Amanda? I'm like, no, I can't stand her. She literally is such a little brat.
She's such a brat. And it's like,
when he's like, some are supposed to be fun.
I like her
Amanda,
more than Hannah.
Not fun. Like, that's how I feel about her. She's not a fun person. Yeah, of course I like her more than Amanda.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think, and I've said it before, I like Kyle, and I don't think that Kyle and Amanda bring out the best versions of each other.
No.
And I think I've enjoyed her more when she's, like, not with Kyle. Not when they've broken up or anything, because they've never broken up on the show. But one night the girls all went out and played a silly fun game, and they're like, let's try and see how many guys' numbers we can get. Like, we're not going to do anything with it.
Yeah.
And Amanda was so fun.
Yeah.
She was out with the girls, having a good time, but when she turns into this psychotic person worried about Kyle, but it's not her fault she's become that way. It's the history of Kyle's behavior that's turned her into this version of herself that I've said before she doesn't even like.
Yeah, I agree. I think Amanda's a lot of fun when she goes out and drinks and like is just a part of the crowd.
And is just being herself and having fun and not worried about controlling Kyle.
Like, get the prenup. Sign the prenup.
Protect yourself, Amanda.
Protect yourself. And if anything happens, like infidelity, Kyle, I'm getting half your shit and I'm getting half of your equity in the company.
Yep.
Write that into the prenup.
In there.
Like, write all that stuff into the prenup. Like, that's what you need to do. And that should, fucking free you up a little bit to not have to worry about him. And
if you ever find out, you're taking half his shit.
And if it does happen, like, God forbid it does happen, like, okay, then you move on. Yeah. It's going to suck. It hurts, but fuck it.
Well, he cheated on her when they were dating and she never left him.
And I think that Kyle's changed.
Yeah?
You know what I mean? Like, Kyle, I feel like has grown up a lot.
Yeah, I think running a business he's like a business that actually took off, because he said he'd started a lot of businesses but none of them really like took off, but this one has. And I think he has grown up, and I think I don't know.
Because, like, we don't want to shit on someone too bad, but...
No, because at the end of the day, I love the show.
Except for Hannah, but...
Dude, Hannah was not well.
Not well. We love the show. We love the cast members, every single one of them. We want all of them to be on our podcast one day.
Yeah, and I would never not be friends with Amanda over Kyle. If I wasn't going to be friends with her, it would be based on her, not her boyfriend's behavior. The way that Hannah was like, I don't like Kyle, so I'm going to be mean to Amanda.
Yeah,
what?
I would never be mean to Amanda or any of those castmates. Like, never. Not even Hannah. Like, you have to give me a personal reason to fucking
be mean to you.
And or then, like, not talk to you. You know what I mean? But we're just seeing it from the outside looking in. And a lot of the stuff that Amanda does is qualities that, like, are really toxic in the long run.
And she's only hurting herself.
Yeah.
You're only losing sleep at night. Like, let it go. And you can't, like, my
we say these things because we're worried about her.
Yeah, I'm worried about the two of them.
We're worried about her mental health, and we're worried about Kyle.
She's crying herself to sleep,
that's
smashing
bad.
And destroying, opening up his cosmetic cases and smashing and destroying the house and his stuff, and crying and making herself sick. Don't. I'm worried about you. Why are you choosing this for yourself? Also, let him. Oh, he's gonna go cheat on you? Let him and then leave him.
Right.
Let him. Don't try to control him.
Let him make his own decisions then.
Let him make his own decisions. And then when you find out that he cheated on you, take half his money, because you signed a prenup that said if he cheats on you, you're taking half his shit.
Yeah.
So, and do not lose another wink of sleep at night.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Sleep peacefully.
Yeah.
Go to bed early. Do not be worried about this grown 40-something-year-old man.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah. That's. Yeah.
Oh my God, the sty that Kyle got.
Oh my God. He needed to see Elliot eye doctors.
He really did.
Yeah, he was
That
bad.
was bad, and it was stress related.
Yeah. That
was not good.
But
that's my take on Summer House. I gotta finish season 6, and then we'll get into season 7.
Yeah, I'll rewatch the first half of season 7 with you, and we'll pick it up there.
Yeah, and then we gotta watch Winter House. I know that. I feel like Paige goes on Southern Charm.
She does.
We gotta watch that too.
I know.
Love
well, you need
Paige.
to fucking get through your shows,
president
man.
of the Paige fan club.
I've been fucking waiting. Waiting weeks.
I know. We did start Summer House in June. It's August.
I know. I'm fucking ready. I'm ready to pick it up.
Yeah, I'm ready to rumble.
The rock. I'm ready for it.
You know that they're definitely filming a season right now too. It's summertime.
Yeah.
And I was just in Long Island. I should have gone to the Hamptons. Next summer, let's go to the Hamptons.
And just find them.
And your friends definitely go party in the Hamptons in the summer. Who rents houses? All your friends are from New York.
Yeah, but they only go for a weekend, maybe.
Well, let's go.
I'm down, dude. You have friends in New York too. What are you talking about?
I know. Well, no, not many. Only one friend from Long Island who she doesn't always go to the Hamptons. She goes other places she does.
We'll collectively search within our friend group to get.
Should we get a summer house?
Yeah, combined friend groups.
Let's get a summer house at the Hamptons for a weekend or a week.
A week. We'd have to do a week.
A mega house. All your friends, all my friends.
Yeah. Yep. I want to do that. We gotta keep tabs of the places that they go to.
Well, that's
the social club.
That's the problem. They don't always show what spots they go to.
They do for a good amount.
All right, you need to start making a list because I don't.
They have a couple spots where they go a lot. I know they do.
Okay, it's it always reminds me of The Hills.
We're gonna just hunt
when
these
Audrina
people
Partridge
down.
was we go to Les Deux, and I always wanted to go to Les Deux, and they closed it.
Oh man,
I know, but I kind of have a theory that Les Deux was actually Les Jardins. Well, it was Les Deux, and then it became Les Jardins or Jardin, the pickle jar.
Yeah,
as we call it.
Oh God,
dude, that place is such
we'll find it.
Feral nest.
Oh my God.
All right, well that's our show.
Yeah, that's our show. No, we did a long one. It's almost 2 hours.
Jesus.
Sorry, Kenz.
Sorry.
Sorry, Kenza.
Sorry, Kenza. All right, follow us on Instagram,
TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts.
We don't tweet anything.
We don't.
Set notifications on your Spotify because I'm tired of people when are you uploading a new podcast? Well, if you set notifications on your Spotify when we upload, it'll
Follow
be
us.
ding, new podcast episode.
Exactly.
Because
I love
summer's crazy and the schedule's wild.
I know. It really is.
All right, I got to get ready for my date tonight.
Okay.
We'll see you next time.